Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod. Glad to be back. I do love this video game. Do you like this video game as well, Blake? Are you a fan?
Look, I'm a fan. I definitely am. Since I was introduced to it by you, Machine, I've definitely turned into a fan. It's quite fantastic.
Introduced. It was more like
forced into, yeah.
It's like, Blake, you have to play this game, okay? Because I want to cast it. And he's like, alright, fine. I actually started off playing Last Stand. Good way to introduce people to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so today we're going to have Critical32 as our Apothecaries. That's kind of interesting because Apothecary is by far the least favorite Space Marine commander. The Force Commander and Tech Marine, you see generally a pretty even split, but Apothecary, a lot harder to use, very fragile, doesn't have as much impact, and the heals can be incredibly potent, but you can kind of just force away the Apothecary, especially as Orks with double shooters and the sneaky guy, whatever he's called, the sneaky dude, Kommando Nob. It's a lot of burst damage at ranged. If the Apothecary's out in the open, he'll die really fast.
Yeah, so GuruSkippy will of course be our opponent as the Kommando Nob. Forced off by those tacks in the middle, which is quite nice. We'll see some quick caps coming in from Critical.
Yeah, so this Kommando Nob is very strong. I wonder if you'll actually go for the Assassin Knife, because that would be another great way of just dealing with the Apothecary. Even, we see here, the Slugger forces away the Apothecary. Very one-sided, where if that was a Force Commander, he'd pop the Battle Cry, get the AoE attacks, and it'd be an easy win there. Yeah. Tech Marine would have a kind of a similar fate, though, but at least could have some decent ranged firepower.
Yeah. Hopefully we see some more fun engagements for Critical towards the mid-game. Get those heals coming out.
So Critical32's actually gone for a second squad of Tactical Marines, and it's rare to see not going double scouts, but I think there's two reasons why he's done this. And first, because he's Apothecary, so Tactical Marines with their high health pools, they really do benefit. Actually, a Scout Grenade will come out. He has a Sergeant unlocked. The Sluggers are scared off. I think mainly because he recognized that there was a Sergeant and the Grenade available, forcing the retreat. So by having the Tactical Marines, rather than the Scouts, the Apothecary's heals are going to have a lot more of an impact. But also, I feel like against double shooter Orks, which is pretty much all that you ever see from Orks, especially with the Commando, it's a lot of ranged firepower. It can take out the Scouts so easily. Scouts die instantly to the ranged firepower of shooters, especially with the Commander or the Mech Boy. So using Scouts is hard, but at the same time, the clutch heal though. Heal. Is it going to be enough though?
He just had enough. I reckon it will. For that. He might just get it. He might win.
It's going to be close. Oh, he's getting shot at. The Looter actually. The Orcs, can he get the wipe on retreat? Only one hit is required. He is. Get it. Oh, there we go. No fancy animation there. He just dies.
Shot in the back. That was a clutch placement there from the Looters. The Looters only just got there in time for the suppression. I think he might have lost that. The Sluggers might have gone down there. That was very close.
I feel like it was very well calculated by Critical32, but just didn't factor in the surprised Looters. These Looters, man, they have infiltration. It's insane. It's an MG, a suppression weapon with infiltration. All right then. Yeah, Looters are great, and that's why these Scouts, the Sergeant, is going to be vital. I think I really love how he has the Grenade over the shotgun. It's going to give him more survivability. It's going to give him the detection, which against the Kommando Nob, you often see the infiltration ability. I think it's called Hide Your Boys or something. That it actually you can cloak Sluggers. So you all of a sudden, cloaked Sluggers out of nowhere pop out with a flamer on your generator or in melee with the attack marines. So there's going to be a nade right here. We'll retreat the Looter. May drop a model or so, but actually the Storm Boys are moving in. We'll jump onto the tacks and he has to retreat. So that's the problem with when you only have one Scout, no shotguns. It's hard to peel for your attack marines.
Yeah, this is a pretty big tack problem as well. Wreck problem for Critical if he has to res that Apothecary. It's a pretty big blow early game, so he's probably just going to wait. He's going for a squad of Assault Marines now. Probably going to wait until he has the wreck to revive that Apothecary, but it's obviously more important to get an additional squad out at this point and make sure he maintains map pressure rather than resing the Apothecary. Could lose some power here.
Really needs the Assault Marines against the Looters. The Looters are are going to really ruin his tactical marine double tack playstyle.
Especially with no shotguns, so yeah.
Yeah, certainly. It can be a bit hard to use them though if you have defensive sluggers or defensive storm boys. That can be pretty good in response to the suppression from the shooters. So it jumps in with the assault marines. Will mass retreat. Actually saves one power plant generator, but loses one and the node as well. So good harassment there by GuruSkippy. He actually has the better combat kit as well. Very common upgrade for the Kommando Nob. You often do see that.
Solid stuff. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how players play this. Both of them with these assault troops and the ability to go in. I would actually, I mean, Guru, he has the advantage here because he's obviously got the suppression that's going to force the assault marines to go in these situations. They're going to get shot at, which means the storm boys can go into the tacks, and that's probably going to be more beneficial.
The looters are setting up.
Guru, wow, okay.
So he has to turn to engage the looters, and the sluggers with the flamer, they have the power melee, so they're ignoring the armor of the assault marines, doing a lot of damage. They're still losing models, but the assault marines, they're so expensive to reinforce. Doesn't actually drop a model, very important. He should retreat the assault marines now. If he dropped a model of the assault marines, it would have been a huge setback because it's also power. You have to reinforce power, and in this matchup, tier 2 Orks is very powerful. Actually, good to see a model go down here. He does retreat now. Is it going to be in time though? Yeah, he should be fine because Orks they can rush out the war truck, the killer can, as probably the strongest shock vehicles that you can get. So having to reinforce power really sucks as the Space Marine player.
I think that was a nade dodge, was it? Or
Must have been, yeah. Has the shotguns as well. Commando should be fine though. Those attacks can't blast him down. The VPs are in the favor of Critical32.
Definitely are. Critical32, he's had mad capping. That's what I was going to say earlier in the game. His caps are ridiculous. Even when he's like losing engagements in the middle and he lost the Apothecary, he's constantly capping on the sides, has those attacks. Very, very active with the tack marines, using them both together on the sides. No upgrades yet for them either, so I guess we're probably going to be heading to play.
See, there we go.
Later.
The infiltration sluggers with the flamers. It's deadly. So, yeah, impressive capping, as you say, because the fact that he only has one scout, he lost his Apothecary, he still hasn't revived the Apothecary.
No, he's still hanging on to it.
But also the Commando, especially with the combat kit, you often will see the Commando just run around capping points. So good map control here by Critical. Teching up now is Critical32. GuruSkippy still in his tier 1 actually, so the Space Marine is going to be out teching Critical32. Let's see what he does with it. Will he go for a Razorback or maybe just some upgrades? I really don't know what to expect.
Not sure. He did prioritize the tech though. I don't know, maybe upgrades and res the Apothecary with the wreck that you have left over. He doesn't have a lot of power though, and he's got 45 power.
Going for a Sergeant.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense because you really want to have the Sergeant. Gives him a lot of extra damage against the Sluggers and the Storm Boys. So then he can win those engagements pretty convincingly, at least until they get their own knobs. Okay, nade coming through from the Commando. And we see the Scouts going to be opening up on the Sluggers too. They do have to retreat for now. The Tactical Marines, they are stunned by the Commando nade. Shooters on the retreat here. Not a very good engagement by GuruSkippy. And well played by Critical32. That's without the Apothecary.
Yeah.
He's still there.
No Apothecary and still winning that engagement. I think that he played that really well. Nice timing with the Assault Marine jump at the end. He was saving it for when the shooters and the Nob decided to turn around.
So he's going to be the Razorback. Oh, Storm Boys on the flank. So it wasn't Guru's entire army.
No.
Storm Boys aren't going to be able to achieve much here. They may get one generator, depending on what's nearby. And now Guru's is checking up. He has a bit of resources too, so could definitely go for a killer can right now. Good counter to the Assault Marines.
Very active capping here from Critical again. Spreading out. Just good game knowledge in terms of how long are these retreat paths going to take, how long is the reinforce going to take, how much time do I have to cap up these points. And always manages to walk away with the VP lead.
Actually, I was surprised how much damage they did to that. It takes it down quicker than I thought. And that's the Nob as well. But the Sergeant's here too. There's no energy left, so he can't use the ability from the Sergeant.
Timing.
But he just gets a lucky special weapon there. I think he's going to actually lose this, is the Assault Marines. He can't jump out either. Has to manually retreat. There we go. Just getting the energy now for the knockdown. Razorback there actually gets inside the Razorback. Now retreats the Storm Boys out.
That's really unlucky timing for Critical, the Nob coming out just on time. That's pretty brutal, especially when you're already low on energy. You don't have enough for the jump out.
Going for the beamy upgrade. That's going to be able to do a lot of damage to the Razorback. There's no armor upgrade currently as well. This could be dead. Razorback needs to retreat now. Going inwards, actually.
Nice nade.
You should be able to get behind it, but now the Sluggers are here. They do have the power weapon, so it's a little bit of damage. He backing out, but in melee of the Sluggers, Saltmarine still there. That can reinforce as well. Setting up is a little bit. It gets gunned down. The Razorback survives the arc for now. The Sluggers are getting very low here. They're going to be retreating. Can their Saltmarines wipe it on retreat? Apothecary has joined the fight. The Razorback goes in for the wipe. The Slugger boys, full health. They get wiped, but the Apothecary has to retreat. Guru on the full retreat now. What a clutch engagement. The Razorback kites out. The looter, he gets dropped, buying the Razorback time to escape, but then also come back in for the wipe on the Sluggers.
Critical having the balls to move back in with a Razorback and still look for the wipe on the Sluggers was amazing.
So actually, I'm not entirely sure about this, but I'm pretty sure Critical, rather than reviving the Apothecary, he used his global ability, because then he actually spawns on the field, and then he was pretty much in the fight. If you revived him, he would have had to walk from base. Because if you look at the red points, there isn't really much red. So I'm assuming that's what happened.
I think so, yeah. He used the red on that.
But very risky by Critical to use the Razorback without the armor upgrade when there was a looter nearby. So let's see what Guru's gone for. It doesn't have any tier 2 vehicles just yet. It has a lot of fuel in the bank as... power in the bank.
Yeah.
And the thing is with Apothecary struggles to deal with fast tier 2 vehicles more than Tech Marine and more than Force Commander, because there's no anti-vehicle. Tech Marine has the melter gun.
No power fist from the Force Commander. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it can be a bit tricky, which Guru isn't actually capitalizing on. Does have a fair bit of the knobs though, not on his shooter boys though. Has tank busters too. Okay, another big engagement coming through. Stormboy's going to be jumping into the back lines.
Shotguns are available here.
Oh, misses this Salt Marine Sergeant ability, but now knockback from the Stormboys. Nice work with their ability. The looter gets the snipe on the Razorback. Shotguns have to retreat the scouts, but there go the Stormboys. The Sergeants on the TAC Marines giving them extra damage. 3 squads of those power armor tactical, well, those power armor Marines tacticals and the assault Marines up in melee. Gotta be careful with those Storm Boys.
Really beautiful play. What we actually saw there from Critical, he kited his scouts forward a bit, avoided the knockback from the Storm Boys, and then knocked the Storm Boys back, but towards the Razorback, which means they took a ridiculous amount of damage. That's when he used the shotguns. He saved the shotguns for when the scouts were actually in front of the Storm Boys, knocked them backwards towards the rest of his units to make sure he got the wipe. It was really nicely timed.
Yeah, great stuff. And now there's the power gen being sniped too. So GuruSkippy's actually lost 2 squads. First he's Sluggers, and now he's Storm Boys. There's no front line, and he's not Warboss or anything, so he doesn't really have anything to soak up the damage from these TAC Marines.
Tank Busters actually finished here as well. I think that was before we saw the Razorback go down. So
yeah, it was.
Somewhat less useful now. The Razorback's actually been sniped. Obviously going to be useful as we head later on to this game. We see Guru, yeah, he's going straight for the tier 3 now, wants to get something out.
So there's no Stern Guards, but they're all already almost level 3, so wouldn't be very smart to get the Stern Guard when your TAC Marines are so highly leveled.
TACs are going to pop their plasmas soon as well. That's a big bonus for Critical.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Orks don't really have... Oh, could lose his Apothecary. Let's see, meleeing with the Commando. Yeah, he's going to lose this one here for sure. Yeah, I guess he gets wiped.
Dead.
So with Orks, they don't have any heavy melee. All they have is the knobs. But Critical32, he's reading this. He recognizes that there's no vehicles at all. No Killer Can, no War Trot. So Guru, he must be going for a tier 3. But going preemptive plasmas can be risky, because what if Guru just rushes out a looted tank? Which he may do.
It's definitely a possibility, and he's not going to have access to... He's not going to have the ability to go for attack with a... yeah, it is. To go for attacks with rocket launcher unless he adds on another one. Which is possible. I mean, he definitely has... Critical has the wreck for that. I guess he either goes for another attacker or maybe goes for Devastator and upgrades.
Yeah, he'd probably want to go for the Las Cannon Devastator because, again, he can't use his Apothecary for the anti-vehicle, so his options really are limited. He has the Melter Bomb, though. The Plasmas, they do a little bit so that they'll contribute, but you don't want to be fighting a looted tank because you just take damage. And speaking of taking damage, these Tank Busters getting shredded.
Wow.
If the Assault Marines had energy for a jump, they, well, actually, I think they did. Maybe it could have been a wipe there.
Another thing to mention, not only are the plasmas, obviously, they're not rocket launchers, they're also a huge power investment as well. Going for double attacks with the plasma guns means Critical quite low on power relative to Guru, who's already up to the tier 3.
Yeah, he has 120, so let's see what he goes for. I mean, a Dreadnought probably wouldn't be a good choice because a Looter can just kite it very effectively. Getting the Melter Bomb now, so he's actually engaging this, but he can't deal with his Looted tank. He's getting a bit of harassment damage down, but the Assault Marines may drop a model here if they're not careful. Oh, there, whoa, actually goes the missile launchers. Double pop of them, in fact.
Whoa.
Looted tank can kite away from this one. Assault Marines are getting very low here. Drops one model. It retreats them now, but yeah, as you say, look at all the power it burnt. It's 40 per plasma gun, I think.
I assumed he built something. I just saw this huge power drop. I'm like, what is going on here? And it's like, oh, he went for double rockets after already going for the plasma guns. That makes sense. That's where the drop was.
And now there's commandos. So these missile launches not going to be very strong against that, but really got to be careful with Looted. It's getting pretty low here. And actually, remember, it's sluggers that repair, not shooters. He can't repair this until he rebuilds his slugger squad.
Needs another one up, and he doesn't have it now. I don't know what the plan is for Critical. That's a pretty short-term plan. After when you already have the plasma guns going for the rocket launchers. I guess hoping he just maintains map control and tries to bleed Guru a few more VPs until Critical can get something else out. But that's, yeah, no, it's big. It's a big power investment changing into the rocket launchers.
Yeah, it's a shame because as Apothecary, you really want to get Terminators because then you have Terminators that you can heal with your Apothecary. But not only that, oh, actually, these Assault Marines, yeah, they get healed. But I mean, what are they going to achieve here? What? Assault Marines.
It's not enough. Surely that's not enough damage.
I actually can't remember how much it is. I think it's like 150.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was very close to enough, but not quite.
I guess it's not too risky because there's no melee. If there were any melee squads, it could have been a wipe, but only with the shooters, won't do too much there, did he?
I think so.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no,
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4, so he's right.
So the VPs are still in the favor of Critical32. Building a Devastator, a smart choice. Getting that las cannon up, but yeah, the attack marines, they're level 3 though. They get very powerful with their levels. The shooters level 1 even, both of them in fact. It's gonna be the knockback though. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, nice play.
That's the problem with grouping up attack marines. They'll get knocked back, and the stun grenade as well.
Nice play.
Might be worth going the stick bomber grenade on the commando. Get even more grenades combined with the commando knockback.
Sort of the upgrades we see going down in the Apothecary. What is he going for? Combat simulants. Yeah.
So the suppression break is very, very strong for the Assault Marines, because then if you jump in, you get hit by the shooter boy, the suppression ability that they have. And you ignore that with the suppression. Plus, then you're also getting extra damage too.
The
so
30%.
Apothecary works so well with Assault Marines.
I take it that doesn't apply to the Melter Bomb? I've never actually checked, but
I'm
guessing it doesn't.
It's a good question,
I'm not
actually.
sure. Yeah, I would like to know that actually.
But also, yeah, as I said earlier, very strong with Terminators. 30% extra damage on Terminators and the heal. It's a great combination there. But now this is a really good spot. Shooters, commandos, heavy bolters still here though. Actually, is he retargeting the commando? Not just yet. Assault Marines jumping into him though. It's only the stun, not a huge deal. Assault Marines jump in. The looted tank's ready and waiting though. Gets a knockback though on the shooters.
Assault Marines, they can't jump in here. They're not going to be able to look for a Melter Bomb.
Yeah, there's the sluggers for the repair. That's a blind grenade in fact. Doesn't hit any targets though. Attack Marines, they use their they shall know no fear, so getting the extra damage. Able to deal with these shooters pretty effectively here. There's no knobs. Assault Marine's getting very low, and the sluggers are there. They may drop a model. There's no flamer, but they're still pretty powerful in the situation. Another one goes down. There's the sergeant, in fact, and still the attack marines with their missile launchers are available. So GuruSkippy, he's been bleeding a fair bit of resources, so he doesn't really have anything else coming up soon, but he'll probably go knobs next.
Really solid positioning from this looted tank from GuruSkippy as well, making sure it's not within Assault Marine jump range, but rather it's within range of where the Assault Marines will eventually jump to. So,
yeah, especially when you have Assault Marines with a Melter Bomber, you really can't overextend. You've got to be very defensive with it.
What's the upgrade on that looted tank as well? That's the...
Just extra armor.
Oh yeah, reinforcement.
Health, rather.
Okay, yeah. Pretty important.
Most tanks have that ability. Everything apart from Falcons. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
they have the
I'm
shield.
not so good at my names, like
fire
reinforced plating, trying to remember stuff like that. I'll get there
It's okay.
eventually, so...
I don't remember what most abilities are called. Do you remember what the Assault Marine Sergeant ability is called? I don't remember.
Damn, I probably had that.
I don't remember
I
what it's
can't remember either. Okay, right.
And the Shooter Boy's
So many things to
suppression
work
thing.
on. Las Cannon's finished in the middle as well, so
Yeah.
that's going to be available.
Oh.
I think that was a cool engagement from Critical, though. He didn't pop the... he didn't go straight for the upgrade onto that Las Cannon. He actually used the Devastator, which was pretty important. Otherwise, he would have lost that engagement so hard if he preemptively went for the Las Cannon.
So, tier 3 for Critical 32, and I wonder what he goes for here, because Terminators would be nice, but Predator would counter this loaded tank, but he has 3 AV, the 2 missile launchers, and a Las Cannon. So going for a Las Predator would be a bit overkill. Maybe just a regular Predator, but at the same time, probably Terminators with the missiles. So now he's engaging, but there's no cover. Attack Marines are getting pretty low, however. And he does heal up those Attack Marines.
Just buying time.
See, this is the problem with this much anti-vehicle. The looted tank is way too scared. He's just sitting back going, please don't melt a bomb me. Not really contributing much here. But the Shooter Boys are actually doing pretty well. They do force the retreat.
They Shall Know Their Fear is kind of turning these engagements, but most of the time GuruSkippy is winning here.
Oh, these scouts though, they'll die so fast if they're
Going for the nade.
focused.
This is just buying time. Again, GuruSkippy's double capped. This engagement has bled probably another 20-30 BPs from GuruSkippy.
Yeah, sluggers are going in now. The looted tank still wants to stay careful, but he will use his big ability here. Knocks him. Oh no, friendly
no,
fire!
Oopsies.
So we have Nobs, great choice. The Nobs are going to be an absolute nuisance. How does Critical 32 deal with these Nobs? He has... The Assault Marines won't do it. Attack Marines with the missile launchers,
Yeah.
not bad, but...
Nobs are a great add-on here.
Yeah, having Stern Guards would help. Having the extra damage versus Super Heavy. Even just regular Terminators aren't going to be amazing. Not like Assault Terminators. Slugger's going to take a fair bit of damage from this.
GuruSkippy is coming so close to winning these engagements without the looted tank. Having to keep that safe because of the AT. The Nobs are going to turn
Oh,
this,
the Scouts.
100%.
He may lose the Scouts here. Commando's getting focused, though. They're getting pretty low, too. Assault Marines jump into the Shooters,
They're
and
getting
here
knocked
come
back.
the Nobs. Assault Marines still in the fight, doing some pretty good work here.
Nobs still out of position
Oh,
as well.
stun grenade. Has to retreat that one. Nice preemptive retreat, but Nobs, will he focus the Assault Marine to try and get some wipes? He will get probably one of them if he goes, maybe even 2. No, he lets them retreat past.
Whoops. Made a mistake. Oh, it goes for it a bit late, I think, GuruSkippy. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
The Nobs are just a little bit late to the engagement, but it doesn't matter. The mere threat of them is enough to scare Critical off. Nob going for the upgrade as well.
So now this
Charge.
is difficult. What does Critical do here? I really have no idea what his best chance of dealing with this late game mix. Nobs, looted, commandos, shooters. It's a really nice mix.
Really nice tank buster play as well here from GuruSkippy. He's constantly using them to harass the power. This is probably the 3rd time we've seen the tank busters go for the power on the side during engagements. Something happens in the middle and GuruSkippy immediately sends the tank busters, which he doesn't need yet, off to the side to harass the power.
I wonder if Critical will even just go for a Land Raider. He does have plenty of VPs, 306 VPs, so time is no concern for him. He has a pretty good amount of resources, but will need to rebuild his power. So Land Raider could be the best choice, I'm not really
Commando Nob in a
sure.
really good position here. He can get the stun grenade down to the Las Cannon.
Yeah, going in for the
going for
engagement, the Nob's going in for the Devastator. This could definitely be a dead Devastator. He retreats, but is it going to be in time? The Assault Marine's getting hacked apart by these sluggers, but with no Nob, no Flamer. They're not too effective against these Assault Marines. The looted tank, though, it's still continuing to do some great damage. Can't deal that looted tank. It's just been unopposed, despite the investment. And there's the Nobs on retreat. Gets one of them down. The Sergeant, well... Maybe he did earlier, but there's no sergeant on the squad. That's a power drain, and that's bad news because it's going to delay the Land Raider. I'm assuming it's a Land Raider.
Yeah. Looks like he's heading that way. Really, that was also to do with the preemptive positioning coming in from GuruSkippy. He had that Commando Nob in a good position. He had him stealth in an excellent position to throw the stun grenade and knock the Las Cannon off. That means the looted tank was in the engagement the entire time.
But now it's going to be a triple cap, and this actually changed the dynamic here because Critical, he can't really wait against triple cap. If he stayed on his double cap and then waited out and got his Land Raider, then maybe. But now he's actually going to land these... Oh, he's out of energy!
No energy!
Oh, he can't use his melter!
So close.
He must be so mad right now. because he had the missiles, the las cannon. He had everything ready to go, just not the energy for the melter.
About what, 3 energy off having enough for the melter bomb?
Probably more than that, but
What?
crushing,
Yeah.
absolutely crushing. But at least the VP's been captured back. But maybe being too aggressive here. Critical shouldn't be engaging this. He should just hold out his VP, get his Land Raider, or whatever he wants to go for.
Still know where to deal with these knobs.
He gets the knockback, but...
Yeah, but still.
What's actually... Oh, the Apothecary.
Triple cap is the real danger.
See,
GuruSkippy coming very close to evening up these VPs.
already down to 190 VPs, and the power was sniped. That tank buster power snipe was so important, because now Critical's really lacking for options. Still not much energy. Oh wow, look at the shotgun scouts, they just get out. The submarines as well are low. These knobs just completed the composition. The knobs just add in the icing on the cake for this late game mix. And look at Guru's requisition. He is floating so much. Not even pop capped either, but oh, there's a Termes.
Termes coming in.
I don't think it was his first choice, but I didn't really have much choice other than that. He has them now. Let's see what he goes for. I could only assume the missile launcher, the Cyclone missiles, I think they're called. And a Weird Boy. Oh, what a great choice.
Oh, nice.
Massive AoE knockback.
And especially with this group composition that we have coming out from Critical, GuruSkippy is making all the right choices. Fair few red points saved up as well, up to 445 now. Heap of wreck if he wants to add on, but pretty close to pulp cap. He's 88 out of 100.
So Terminator's no upgrades just yet. I think he's out of power as well. Yeah, only 36 power. Man, Space Marines need their power so badly. If you can deny that, it's always really nice to do.
Okay. The VP's stabilizing a little bit here for Critical, but he has fallen behind for the first time in this game. 155 for GuruSkippy. Critical down on 131.
Do you remember that time when Critical had 300 VPs?
Bro, when was that?
It was like
I think I
2 minutes
blinked
ago.
and missed it. 2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Man, this has been a fantastic game of Dawn War 2. I think probably the best game we've done so far.
Oh, definitely, for sure. I'm really enjoying this. This is fantastic.
And it's still either man's game at the moment. These scouts, though, may want to be a little bit careful. They're very very low. But actually, Critical's now pop capped. So he's pop capped, and yet I think his composition is not as good as Guru's.
Yeah.
Guru's actually pop capped as well. Guru may want to get some more power down though.
See, yeah. Critical's in a good position here, but he hasn't seen the Weird Boy yet. This is perfect for the Weird Boy. The Weird Boy's gonna love this. Commando is probably the bait for the Weird Boy.
Guru's almost going to have enough red for his rocks ability. That could be deadly. Weird Boy now joining the fight. The scouts probably should retreat this one. Maybe he wants to lose the pop cap though. I'm not quite too sure.
He doesn't see the Weird Boy. Oh, he sees it now.
Yeah, there we go. Nice vomit. Knocks them all down. Where's the looted tank? Off to the side. Not quite in position.
Nothing to knock the las cannon back.
The commandos wipe. The submarines jump in though. Gets the knockback on the knobs. But now the knobs are in the fight here. Let's see how this one goes. Looted tank driving in. Las cannon setting up, ready to go. But these knobs are uncontested. These knobs are just so powerful. This is where they want to be. Las cannon knocked back. The tactical marines are getting destroyed. They get some heals, but not enough. These knobs are invincible. The shooters on the back. Commandos doing damage as well here. Just Terminators are getting low. This is everything that Guru wanted right now.
Terminators are down.
Yeah, no, I'll actually teleport out, but there's 36 health left. And the knobs not really caring too much right now. They're still in the fight, taking up everything. They do retreat, but what a crazy strong engagement. Submarines do jump out. Terminators, they actually survive though.
Terminator's on absolutely nothing, but he has to get them out on the field really quickly. GuruSkippy, he's actually still bleeding VPs.
What's the drop pod?
He's down to 85.
Will that reinforce Terminators?
We're about to find out.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't reinforce Terminators.
You may want to retreat the Terminators. You should probably do that. But nice use of the drop pod. Getting his squads back in the fight. Submarines as well. All four models are here. No, it's actually neutralized. Looted tank doesn't really have energy for a jump and for a knockback as well.
Las cannon's been killed, I think. I think it was actually killed during that last engagement. So just the looted tank's going to be chased off with these rocket tac marines. And the middle's probably going to be capped in favor of Critical, just barely.
What is this looted tank doing though? Missile comes through. Oh, he loses it.
Oh no!
Bit of a miss micro there. And now that is great news for Critical. Oh, he loses his Terminators! Critical, my friend, you should not have left them there with 36 health against infiltrated commandos. Great use of the infiltration there. Gets the VP, gets the wipe. You can reinforce those from the base. I really should have done that.
Solid neutralize coming in there from the commandos as well. Scouts are actually going to dodge the nade out here, and they do have enough energy for the knock back. There we go. The shotgun's coming out, and they're going to retreat off this.
So I wonder if we'll see the missile launchers turn into plasma guns. At the same time, though, Guru is actually doesn't have much power. Let's see if the scouts go down. No, I thought if he had all these power farms up, he would have been quite close to his rebuilding his looter tank or getting his other big tank, whatever the hell it's called.
Guru definitely has the rec for it, up to 770 rec float, on about 70 pop cap at the moment, and the amount of rent, that's something really important to watch. We're definitely going to see some rocks come down during this next engagement.
Yeah, whereas Critical had to blow his red on this drop pod.
I feel like getting this commando in a really nice position is important. What we should see Guru do is get it in a good spot and stealth it in.
Okay.
Knock back onto the knobs, this could be great.
He's engaging the knobs here. Isn't going to be enough, though. Knockback as well from the Assault Marines. Good combination. There's the Angels of Death getting the reduced damage, but the Vomit comes through as well.
Only onto one squad.
Great use of that ability, though. It's even the Assault Marines a fighting chance, but is it enough, though? I don't think it is. Well, they do retreat the knobs, so GuruSkippy definitely thinking so. Would rather time off the ability, Angels of Death. So that one's down now, as will be the Kommando Nob.
Oh, 10 health.
Yeah,
oh, it just goes down.
See, Apothecary's still dead,
Yeah,
though.
Apothecary is definitely still dead. Critical down to 165 EPs, whereas Guru, he can just res that straight away. He can res the Kommando Nob if he wants to.
Okay, jumping back in, gets the nice knockback. The Assault Marines have been so important, but now they're getting pretty low. Lots of damage. Jumps in!
Wow,
oh,
that's
not
crazy.
sure about that.
Knocks the weird boy back and goes straight on the retreat, but it does give time for the tanks to actually keep following this one up.
Oh, they have a plasma gun now, actually. The knockback, and there's the rocks. Great combination. The Kommando knockback plus the knobs doing heaps of damage here. One tack goes down. Looks like the other ones will actually survive for now, but GuruSkippy can almost afford his next volley of rocks.
80 VPs against 85 here, currently ticking in the favor of Critical, but the decap's going to come through. Wow, that was a really nice use of rocks. It was the wreck bleed as well. Good knowledge from GuruSkippy. He obviously realizes, probably sees the Apothecary hasn't been rezzed, and he's just like, Critical must be low on wreck. What can we do about that? Throws the rocks down. Huge bleed onto those tanks and Assault Marines on retreat. Drop, what, like 5 models or something?
Yeah, Critical can't even use the drop pod to reinforce. He needs 100 red for that. Even then, he probably wouldn't have the cooldown for it. Throws in the GG as a looter tank was on production. What a fantastic game and well played by Guru. I think his choice of units and his composition was amazing. I mean, maybe he would have benefited from having a war truck or something or a killer can, but either way, the looted tank and also the positioning of the looted tank, he recognized the threat. Melter bomb on the Assault Marines, double missile launcher, and then eventually also a las cannon. This is too much to invest in anti-vehicle, and that's why the knobs were so powerful, because Critical spent all of his entire army composition trying to counter the looted tank, and it wasn't enough. But the double plasma gun was disastrous, man. You shouldn't get the upgrades until you see
the knobs. Until you see some type of heavy infantry. That really cost him. Did you see that power drain? You remember that power drain?
And it's wreck too. It's not just the power. I feel like Guru, he may have actually gone knobs if it wasn't for the plasma guns. Like say Critical didn't have any upgrades, he may have gone for knobs, or if there were double missile launchers, he obviously would have gone knobs as well. But double plasma guns, alright bro, I'll go looted tank, that's cool. And I think this game kind of shows why Apothecary isn't too popular. I'm not going to say that Apothecary is bad. It's a very strong commander. It's just a lot harder to use than a Tech Marine and Force Commander, and you really have to know how to use it. But I feel like maybe if Critical was Force Commander or Tech Marine, you would have had a bit easier time. But anyway, yeah, great game. Subscribe to the channel if you do want to see more Dawn of War 2 content. We are all about that life.
We definitely are. We're starting to churn it out. Loving the Dawn of War. Fantastic game. This was great. I had a great time casting it. Fantastic. And
of course, if you want to follow us, you can follow our Facebook, facebook.com/generalsgentlemen, and twitter.com/GGTheMachine. That's me. He has one, but he doesn't post ever at all. So
GG Archon Hawk, if you want to jump on there and receive a tweet every week or so,
which is basically a retweet of me.
Retweet of whatever you're tweeting.
It's all it is. And of course, yeah, that'll wrap it up. We do also have a Patreon if you want to support us. All those links are in the description if you do want to check us out. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.
Cheers.